Teofimo Lopez, I mean, we've covered your career, prospect, contender, now challenger, just 22 years old, 14-0, 11 knockouts, and you're days away from your first world title opportunity. I know it's a dream come true for you to first be in this position and fight here at Madison Square Garden. If you could kind of put into words what these last few days have been like as you kind of have built up the anticipation for Saturday.
How's everybody doing? Thank you. First and foremost, I want to thank God always, because without him, I wouldn't be able to go through this journey the way I did. And it's a blessing. It's a breathtaking moment. And it's something that I definitely got to sit back and just visualize and look at and just know that 22 years old, I have a great opportunity here to do a lot, and I'm excited, man. And what better way to finish off the year than fighting in the mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden, for my first world title in New York. This is a moment right here.
It's stuff that dreams are made of, for sure. And
turning my dreams into reality, that's the thing.
I can understand that completely. You've had a lot of supporters, Teofimo, but you've had a lot of critics and doubters as well. More so coming out of the woodworks after your last fight, which you face a little bit of adversity, and it's like, oh, he is human. Oh, things do happen. What does Saturday night's fight give you the chance to do?
I think everybody needs something like that, just to show, I needed that. Everything happens for a reason. That's what I look at, and I take everything that they try to throw at me negative into positive. I turn that, you can't phase me, you can't bring me down. I'm here for a reason. Teofimo is doing what he's doing come Saturday night, like every night. We're gonna go out there and take over. Everybody, I have vengeance in me. I'm holding all that, holding everything. I want to shut everybody up as the best way I can. And that's just doing what I know, what I can do best.
You don't always predict knockouts in your fight, but your father does. He has no problem saying it, and you have 11 of them in your 14 fight career, so he's right most of the time. He said the same thing is going to happen come Saturday night. With all due respect to Richard Comey, he says this fight's not going the distance. With that being said, and I know you're constantly defending your father's words, but from your mouth, what is it going to take for you, from you on Saturday night to hear the words "and new IBF lightweight world champion"?
God didn't bring me to this point just for nothing, man. He ain't take me this far for nothing. I ain't come out here just to talk my smack and not back it up. We're going to do what we have to do. Richard Comey is a two-time world champion for a reason, and we know that it's going to be a great and exciting fight. Everybody's definitely tuning into this one, along with with Mick Conlon and Nicotine, and also the main event. So, you got triple headers right here, and this is a great and exciting show, great fight. And come Saturday night, 9 weeks in camp for a reason. We well prepared for this fight, mentally and physically. And I'm just excited, man. It's a blessing on blessing. Y para todos los hondureños, yo voy a ser el primero para ganar un título mundial. So I think to everybody and all the Latin people out there, man, tune in for sure. Teofimo, the takeover, man. I want to get everybody excited, man. Why am I the only one excited? Why?
I guess he could be a promoter too one day, right? I don't need to say anything else about that. Just tune in. And before we get to Richard Comey, I'd like to thank Develop Promotions and Lou DeBella. I think I saw Lou here somewhere. Hey, Lou. Thank you for being a part of this promotion, and for the champ being able to give Teofimo Lopez a shot at this. And for you, Richard Comey, we talked earlier, 2019 has just been a magical year for you. You burst on the scene in February in Frisco, Texas with a spectacular knockout. Then you go and defend the title, multiple knockdowns against former world champion Ray Beltran. Could you sum up what this last year has been like for you?
First of all, I just want to thank God for this very moment. Thank God for the life of everyone, for the life of all the media guys, and it is what it is. God brought us here for a reason, and I thank God 2019 has been a great year. I worked so hard, coming from Ghana. You know how it is to get to this stage, man. Just an amazing feeling. And you need to have God, you need to have a great spirit just to be where I am today. So I thank God and I thank all of you guys.
I don't really know how it is coming from there, but I can only imagine everything that you've gone through to get you to this point. How has where you've come from? How has the team that you have behind you, Uncle Dre over there, helped motivate you and get you to be at the best point where you'll need to be against Teofimo Lopez on Saturday?
Yeah, most definitely. I never underrate any boxer, and I always train hard. I just do my thing. I just train, and then listen to them, and just live a simple life. I don't talk too much, and just be me. That's it.
You know about the history of boxing. You know about Madison Square Garden, the mecca of boxing. What does it mean for you to get to defend your title here? I know you have a big smile on your face every time we talk about it.
Yeah, words cannot even explain that. How many boxers has come from Ghana to other chance to fight in there? I mean, co-main event, no. So, I thank God for this opportunity, man. And I thank Top Rank, and I thank everyone who's helping to get this far, man. God bless us, and I'm ready to retain my title. There's no way I'm gonna let it go. No way.
Bob, you hear these guys talking, and you said matchmakers have it a 50-50 fight. Both guys also know the implications that are on the line if they win. I think a special guest is going to be in attendance watching these two fight on Saturday night. His manager's maybe sitting right here in the front row.
Yes, some young man who happens to have 3 of the lightweight titles and is looking to fight for a 4th will be on hand. He's coming in on Friday to watch this match. Vasil Lomachenko will be here, and there's a lot at stake in this Lopez fight with Comey. Both great fighters. I didn't know Richard before this year, but he is a tremendous fighter, as is Teofimo. So there'll be one really interested onlooker, and that's Lomachenko, who is coming in with his father, so they'll be here on Friday.
Right, a lot on the line for both of these guys, and maybe none more so on the line than for the 2 fighters in our main event. I'm going to start now with the mandatory challenger, Egidijus Mean Machine Kavaliauskas. It took me a few years to get that right. Most of you can just call him Egis. He's fine with that. Before we get to any questions, I just want to congratulate you on, Egis is going to be a father in February. He's expecting a little boy, so congratulations to you, your first child. Talk about any extra motivation you may need to get ready for a world title, but you and Marcos and the team have worked many years to get this chance. It's a chance of a lifetime for you, not only to fight for a world title, but against pound for pound the best fighter in the world. What has kind of been going through your mind as you mentally prepare for this opportunity?
So, hey everybody, Crawford was in my mindset already from June. We started training camp in June, so it was 5-6 months. So every day was just Crawford. So my mindset is good. I'm happy for this fight. When this fight was made officially, I was super happy all day. I was all day smiling. My joy was just everywhere because I want to fight the best, and we're fighting in the mecca of boxing. So it's double the joy.
And when you say 5-6 months in training camp, everyone's like, whoa. You know what I mean? But it's not necessarily like you've been sparring for 5 or 6 months to get ready. Take a little bit through your physical preparation.
Yeah, so we starting from June, but we starting light. We don't push it a lot, but still all the tactics, everything was about how Crawford fights, how his stances. So yeah, in sparring we was having lots of guys, southpaws, orthodox, guys who switch stances. And the training camp was in different periods. There was speed, power, sparring, technique, tactic, all was in this 5-6 months.
And I know when people probably look at your tape and they look at your highlight reel, they see a guy that comes forward, that's wild, he's aggressive, he gets cut sometimes in fights.
I like it.
You like it, I know. So, but there's things that you and Marcos have worked on kind of to tighten up some of those things, because you do have a great jab as well. You work well off the jab, you throw it a lot, 41% of your punches are jabs. So just talk a little bit about technically what needs to happen in order to beat Crawford.
Yeah, going straight ahead to Crawford is not the option because he's too smart, and he's showing all his last fight that he's smart, and he's smart in the ring. So yeah, we work on my combinations, and we don't want to go very wild at him. So that's it.
I asked everybody else, and I'll ask you as well, what would it mean for you to hear them say a new WBO welterweight champion of the world to your family, to Lithuania?
This is probably gonna be the biggest thing for my career, for all the Lithuanian boxing history, because none of our champion was from Lithuania fighting. Even none of us was fighting for the championship. So yeah, this is the biggest deal in my whole boxing career.
Thank you, Mean Machine. We're looking forward
Thank
to
you.
it.
You ain't gonna do shit.
I knew.
You ain't gonna do shit.
I knew.
Oh shit, bro.
All right. Before,
Kind of like my father.
You heard him.
Before Christina introduces the champion, I just want to. I looked around on the stage here, and look what a worldwide thing boxing is. We have a fighter here, pride of Ireland, a fighter here, the pride of Russia, a fighter here, the pride of Ghana, a fighter here who was on the Olympic team from Honduras, and a fighter here from Lithuania. And now Christina will introduce the real American from the Midwest, the town of Omaha, Nebraska.
Terence Bud Crawford. All right, go ahead, clap for him. That's fine. He's the champ. He earned all that applause. Bud, for you, I mean, big smile on your face. You know everything that's on the line come Saturday night, but it's got to up the ante a little bit more when you're fighting in a main event, ESPN, a great card, and it's at Madison Square Garden. You fought here before, but doesn't it mean a little something extra to you when you get to fight on this big stage, especially with the Heisman Trophy lead-in coming into your broadcast?
Well, actually, I'm starting to get used to fighting on these big stages, so it's really nothing new to me. This week is going to be a great, spectacular show for myself. I'm real well prepared for whatever he brings to the table, and I'm pretty sure they know that as well.
You talk about your preparation. Obviously with Bomac, who hasn't been calling fights with me lately because he's been in camp with not only you, but Steven and Jamel and Rob and Mo and the whole team and Red Spikes and Saul. How is it just the bond between you guys and working out now with fellow world champs? In sparring, you spar them, they spar. How has that helped to build you and prepare you for this moment?
Nothing really changed with me and Bomac. We're in a team, just iron sharpen iron. We added some more great fighters to the team, but as well as, we pushing each other each and every day in camp. If I'm tired, Mo would start talking to me, come on, little guy, you tired? And that just motivate each and every one of us to go that extra mile. Either we running, sparring, hitting the bag, everything's a competition when we're in camp.
It seems like a lot of the interviews in lead up to this fight, everybody's asking you about another fight, another fighter, another promoter. But you're here against Egidijus Kavaliauskas. He's your mandatory, and he's not a pushover, and he's undefeated. He's not someone that people should be looking past. Why should people quit thinking about what's ahead and focus on the task at hand right now? Because at the end of the day, this is boxing. Anything can happen.
Well, that's what I tell everybody. I'm not focused on no other opponent besides the opponent that's in front of me. My goal is to make sure I get the victory come this weekend, and that's the only person that I'm focused on right now. Anybody else is just talk. It goes in one ear and out the other. I know he's a great opponent. He's hungry, he's determined, and I'm not taking him lightly by no means.
All right, I'm gonna leave you with the last word in terms of, letting everybody know that's watching us on ESPN Plus right now and everyone else that has the phones out and everything. Why should they either get a ticket, because there are still some tickets available, and join us Saturday night, or tune in on ESPN?
Well, everybody should tune in. It's going to be a great night of boxing. You got a lot of great fights this weekend, starting with the rematch of the rematch. This is the third time these guys fighting, so they got a little bad blood going on. Comey and Teofimo, that's a firework fight. Comey might be dancing a little bit if he win again.
They both.
Teofimo might be
Like a dance hall.
hitting the gainers, flipping all over the place. I know that fight is going to be an exciting fight. I know both of them. I've watched them. I know it's going to be a spectacular fight, and I'm looking forward to it myself. And you got the main event. You got somebody that's hungry, determined, motivated. Like he said, he been training for me since June. You know, we've been training as well. We never out of shape. We never out the gym, as you can see. And I'm looking to go in there and seek and destroy. That's why you should come out, get there early, and support the card this weekend.
It's come a long way, huh, Bob? Anything else you'd like to say, boss, before I give the ticket information?
I've had a lot of fighters who end up promoters, right?
That's what I'm saying. This guy down
Oscar
here.
Floyd, he's the next one.
Not yet, though. You don't want you to go in there. Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. The weigh-ins are going to take place on Friday. They're going to be broadcasted live on ESPN. That's going to happen at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. And then on Saturday night, doors will open here at Madison Square Garden at 5:30 p.m. And the first bell will be at 5:45, streaming live on ESPN Plus. Also, Bob, we do have a press conference on Thursday for on Saturday for select media to announce our January, February schedule. So you want to invite everyone to come in at 4:30, I believe?
Yeah, particularly there'll be an announcement of first
Don't say it yet, though.
the card. We have 2 fights shows in January, and then February we have one in China on this fantastic island, Hainan Island, Haikou, great, unbelievable place. Jacobs and I visited it a couple of months ago, and we're making a special price for all press people, which of course doesn't pay for the airfare and for the hotels and the meals, but we have a special price of $400 for the press because we want to get as many press people, media people out there to China as we can. So you'll speak to Evan, and he'll have a further announcement about it on 4:30 on Saturday at the special meeting.
Right, and all the fighters for those fights that will be announced will be in attendance as well for media availability. So again, thank you everybody for joining us here today. Thank you to all the fighters for being here and for your time. For Bob Aram, Top Rank Promotions, I'm Christina Poncher. We'll see you Friday. Thanks.
Work time!
Time to go to work.
The mic.
Work time! Work time!
Marco. Sorry.
That's what I want to do with some students. Some fights here do this. There you go. Do it, Jack. And still. Feel it, baby. Feel it. And still.
Good? All right, thank you guys. Face off.
Still looking.
Egidijus. I knew.
Still looking. Still looking.